Okay, guys, so today we're talking about track reviews that some people will try to sell you. And essentially, I think I am going to include some track reviews um, to students that feel that they need them. And that'll probably fall under partially the subscription, but also under private lessons if you feel you need that. Um, but the real thing to caution you towards here is just the endless cycle and the endless loop of paying for um, someone who really doesn't have the social proof um, any different than you to judge your track. And the difference between myself and a lot of the others out there is, I think, probably the best example right here is my Instagram. There's a ton of people just like me who have music academies, music schools, music courses, what have you. The problem with most of them are, and this is a problem that I feel, is an issue. You may feel differently, but they don't really have any social proof of being a DJ and a producer that really does put out tracks often and does this often, follows their own advice often. Essentially, they're a content creator, a course creator that likes EDM, likes to produce, and likes to DJ, and may even be very, very good at it. Um, but their end goal, because that's essentially their only kind of business within music, or seemingly, is to keep you stuck, to keep you in that loop of week after week we do a call, week after week you show me your track, week after week I might even tell you it's good, but it's not good enough to quit the academy or exit the course. And you don't need that, and here's why. It's not just my opinion that you don't need that. To put it very bluntly, there's mistakes all throughout my tracks. And I started to obsess less about it and just put stuff out there and basically follow the steps through my program with that product, my song. And I came to realize that the general public either doesn't hear and or doesn't care. So being that people who are your real fans anyways, they don't care and or they don't hear it, um, what is the need really then to have constant feedback other than kind of a psychological entrapment of of you know affirmation from somebody that you're paying, by the way, to affirm you. Um, you're much better off just taking my 30-day power production course and learning how to make a basic house track, not super producing it, not overproducing it, doing the best you can with what you've got, letting it be what it is, and following the steps throughout the rest of the academy as far as what to do with that track and how to couple it with other things, and let the general public, the crowd, your fans, speak um, speak to it. Let the music speak for itself and let it speak to the people that actually matter, not to people like me that you pay to teach you. So I do think that for a time, track critiquing is okay, but I will not be the one to ask you to send me your music week after week after week after week to critique it and judge it and deem it ready for release. Some of you, which is, this is true for a lot of different aspects in life, some of you may even have a natural talent beyond myself as a DJ or producer, and yet you're coming to me for constant affirmation. And I don't really think that that's necessary. I think that as long as you're pleasing your fans and you're striving to get better, you're on the right path. Because if you wait to be perfect, if you wait for someone like me, because it won't be me, but it'll be someone like me to let you know that your music is ready, it's likely never going to happen, because then that means you can stop payment to those people. And even if their intentions are good to make you a great producer and make you as great as you can be, you still need to put music out there and begin to build your fan base today. And I think anybody who's listened to any DJ or band for any length of time, you can go back and listen to their first album, and there'll be a number of things that play there, but compare their first album to their latest, and usually, I mean, you can't say all the time because different things happen throughout people's lives, but usually you get better over time. So, and of course, there's other things there too. There's budget. There's, what kind of studio, what kind of producer did you book and or were you? And what kind of studio or budget or producer did you book and or become over the years? So it's okay to not be great, because right here with this profile is hard proof, and especially the Mikey fan section here. Let's see, I guess on my laptop it won't. Oh, it is. Okay. I can skip through. I mean, you look at how small the dash lines are here. There's so many social proof posts here from people, and every single one of these people are real. I mean, you can look them up, you know. And of course, if any of them ever said take my name down or post down, I would, but no one's ever said that. No one has had a problem with me doing this, and you can see they're in both Spanish and English. The tracks that these people are commenting on are probably not the best, most highly engineered tracks, because I'm not the best DJ and the best producer in the world. I'm just not, and a lot of the people at the top aren't either. There's a difference between being the best and being the most popular. So, just kind of keep that in perspective, guys. Try not to let your mind run away from itself and think that you constantly need affirmation from somebody who is essentially your competition. And maybe in another video, I'll get into a story about a PR issue that I had that this happened to, and they were just stringing me along for money, and it was crazy. But the second that I dropped that PR company that was stringing me along for money, less than a month later, with diligent work all by myself, I took the same track that they said was not ready, and it charted in the top 20 of Beatport. So just understand that there's a lot of smoke and mirrors, and as long as you're getting the basic skills under your belt, there's time to develop right out in public, in the middle of everybody, for everybody to see. If you wait for the perfect launch, it's just never going to happen, because there's always going to be cracks, there's always going to be holes to fill, there's always going to be things that you could do better, unless of course you're some kind of crazy anomaly that just makes a track, sends it to one of the biggest labels in the world, they love you, and immediately get you with a stylist, funding, management, an agent, a PR team, and all of that. But it's kind of sad to say, but for 99.9% of us, that's not going to happen. But in another way, that's a blessing, because you haven't, as they say, sold your soul to the music industry. You can quite literally do what you want then and craft your own sound and, have your own style and do as you wish. So it's not all bad, but do be careful of that. If somebody does try to hook you in with constant judgment of your music, it's just not necessary to wait until you're the best mix engineer that you can possibly be, or until you're better than the best. That, unfortunately, that day just may never come, just because of natural talent and motivation and circumstances in life and everything else. So don't get addicted to the affirmation of somebody like me, that has a financial vested interest in your music never, quote unquote, being good enough. After you take that 30-day power production course and you work diligently at that, and you couple it with all the other courses that are available in my academy, I mean, in less than a year, especially if you follow through month after month with making music, you'll be fine, you'll be great, you'll be good enough to start to build a fan base. And that's really the end result, I think. The end result really isn't to be the best of the best. It's to put something out that you love, that other people love, and as a result, you can build a fan base with that. So, for me, I know I'm not the best, but I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in putting out something that I like and building a fan base that also likes that. I don't need to be the best producer, the best engineer, or even the best DJ, and neither do you. You just need to put out something that can build a fan base, because that's all everybody's doing anyways. Um, Nobody's perfect, so everybody's just kind of running with what they have and building a fan base, and you should too. So, just a little thought after going through some stuff today and checking on some things. Keep that in mind, guys. I'll see you in the next video.